Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of my Kerbal Space Program 1 Career Mode series. Today we are going to Minmus. Um, if you haven't seen the other episodes, go back and watch those. Um, or you'll be missing how I got to each of these stages and each of these missions, like how I got the science and whatnot. So right now I'm modifying my button rocket so we'd have some extra delta V to get to Minmus and back. And yes, I know it's probably got lots of overkill in delta V. Um, that's by design. I'm not very good at this game, and I kind of need that extra delta V in case I screw something up, like I always do. Just added some ladders there, so I could do an EVA when I did arrive at Minmus, and made an attempt at adding them all to an action group, which I could be wrong, but I don't think I actually used that action group later, because I don't know how to. I'm a noob here, I know. I'm learning. Um, added 3 big engines to the bottom with, I think it was 8 solid rocket boosters. And now I'm just adding some additional science. And can't forget the parachute. And gotta have some batteries. Just a few. Nothing extra. Totally. Oh, yeah, me and batteries. The more the better. Same with fuel, same with power. Just the more power, the better. Now I'm trying to decide who's going to be my pilot. I believe I picked out Valentina. Or no, I did go with Jeb and then added who's that? Bob is a science, and there's the first launch. It went south quickly. So I decided to auto strut everything and try again. And it's not going much better. So we try again. Still, nothing changed. And we try again. It's going a little bit better now. We're actually going up, but it's not very stable. And then separation didn't quite go as planned. And we lost control, so we had to try again. And we're still kind of going the wrong way. Now I figured out what was causing the issues. It was actually those fins colliding with the launch towers. So I fixed that, and things are going much better now. And then I blew up the bottom stage in separation, so we're trying again. And yes, I did weave all of these explosions in. It's entertaining. If you don't think it's entertaining, well, let me know, but you're probably going to have to find someone else to watch if you don't like it. So, because that's what I'm good at. Alright, and things are going better now. Sort of. We're kind of spinning a bit uncontrollably. And little do I know, I don't actually end up having enough fuel. As I'm about to quickly realize here. And I know you guys are probably looking at this like, I've got lots of fuel. So I have like 2700 delta V or something, I think, in that final stage. By the time we run out here. And I decided to just revert back and try again. And that's because I didn't feel I had a comfortable amount of delta V for safe flight, which I say safe is very loosely, because nothing's safe about my flights. If something doesn't go wrong, it's clearly wasn't flown by me. So now I've actually gotten rid of the solid rocket boosters, and we're just going with a whole bunch of fuel and more of these mainsail engines, I believe. And now I'm adding struts and everything, and some monopropellant and what are those called? The RCS thrusters, because control was a bit of an issue. So, checking my staging, getting everything situated, and yep, just everything's going great here. Decided that that upper stage will go ahead and be these fuel and mainsails again too, because it was going to be for while I was in outer space, so I needed the thrust vectoring. And now I added some separatrons to help separate smoothly and not blow things up. And the tail fins and the launch towers. Now I'm picking my crew. And as you saw there, I forgot to put struts on these top boosters. And just look at that behemoth. Oh dear. Someone forgot to check his staging correct, but I left that in for you guys because beautiful screens. And a little spoiler, but this is the successful flight. Things actually go right this time. More or less. Actually goes pretty smoothly, I believe. But a very vertical takeoff, as I try to always do. And I believe I'm going to keep it pretty vertical until after I separate, but I could be wrong. We'll find out here shortly. Picking up speed very nicely. Yeah, we are going to actually start a gravity turn. And doing my very best to keep it on that 90-degree equatorial axis. Because I don't want an inclined orbit when I go to Minmus. Not, at least not too much of an incline. That it won't work, but picking up lots of speed here, and we ran out of fuel in those first set of boosters. I decided to just coast for a little bit here, slow things down because it's getting a little hot. And well, things didn't go smoothly there. However, somehow my main rocket didn't explode. So I was happy. And we will just continue as if nothing happened there. Now you'll start noticing that I also screwed up my equatorial orbit a bit, but it's not too bad. Slightly off, which I'll try and fix a little bit later, as you can see there. Now I'm just trying to get a nice circular orbit with the right inclination, which I just eyeball it. Nothing fancy here. I don't even know how to use those maneuver nodes very well, if you can't tell. And now we're just getting aligned for that burn, and here we go. I was all over the place. I'm not very good at keeping things aligned. But nice quick burn. We're in orbit now. Making sure to get those quick saves because I've had many times where I forgot. And you can see Mun there trying to be a little helpful, which some appreciate. I find it's more of an annoyance than a helpful. And I've managed what I think is a very good encounter with Minmus. going ahead and separating those extra boosters in the tail section now that they were out of fuel, and burning this stage, which was to get me to Minmus. And I think it was going to help with the orbital burn around Minmus. I don't think it finished it though, but I could be wrong. It may have. We'll find out here shortly. Trying to be careful here not to go too far, and well, as you could see, I went too far. I'm an expert at this, so I'm going to fly back to that angle to the maneuver node and try and correct things a little bit. And I managed to get close enough that I was happy. Or apparently not. But eventually give up. We'll just come around again, try again. This time I don't think it's quite as good, but oh well, I won't tell anyone. Oh wait, I'm telling all of you. I do like showing my mistakes here because they're funny. I'm inexperienced, so just getting good laughs out of this. And so I'm trying to recover from my mistake of overshooting the burn before. And now we're just getting ready to burn for 1.4 meters per second correction burn, which is awesome. And as usual, I overshot it too. So at this stage, I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed with myself, but not too much. We're getting aimed again. Yes, I know these aren't the most efficient places for a burn, but I honestly could care less. I've got 300 Delta V left in this stage and another 33 or 3800 in the next stage. I can't see it very well on my screen. So, I'm hopeful this works. And just trying to get it close enough. And I'm not afraid of doing a long burn to orbit it. Got my periapsis where I wanted it, pretty close, and just went with it. Came in, see how well we aligned, and most of you are looking at that and it's like, wow, that's one horrible orbit. Yes, it is. But, oh well, as you can see, it's possible to recover from this, and I sure do. Now, maneuver nodes are getting a little annoying here. They keep, like, moving themselves. So I had to redo them. And I have just enough fuel to put myself in this elliptical orbit. Highly elliptical. It's my apoapsis. It's like 575,000 meters. And now I'm bringing my periapsis into just 27,000. Yeah, I know, that's a high orbit, but I prefer to play it safe than find a mountain that I didn't know existed. And now I'm going to bring it into a more circular orbit, trying to keep my periapsis around that 27,000. And I actually have enough delta V in this stage to completely circularize this orbit, which is nice. Which leaves me a whole lot of about 1,300 meters per second to land, and then like 33 or 3,800 to return to Kerbin. So lots of extra, which I didn't really realize it was that much extra at the time. But as I come in for my re-entry at Kerbin, you'll see I actually realized I had way more than I could ever imagine needing. But worked out for me. I wasn't going to complain. Hitting some sights in low to Minmus orbit. Really liked how much science I get from these. And do another quick save because I almost forgot. Or, no, that was just a quick save for after I did science, so I didn't have to remember to do that again. And now I'm time warping around where I want to land. I want to land right in that dark, greenish color area, I guess. Sort of looks like a butterfly now that I think about it. But there we go. And you probably noticed from my moon landing, but I land very vertical descents. I know efficiently you want to keep it a little more horizontal than I do, but I find it's a lot easier to just go vertical like this, because then you don't have to worry about flipping over fast or anything. I just timed warp there to a little closer and doing a little deceleration burn, got down to about 20 meters per second, which was probably a little more than I needed to bring it down. Now we're gonna take forever to land this thing. And look, Valentina upgraded. That was a while ago, I think. Still can't do the targets maneuver node burns through SAS, but oh well. It's nice to see that Valentina actually was able to upgrade. However, I've never been a fan of Valentina. She is known to be an issue for me, but in this save, she actually seems to be doing okay, as you may notice. Now, I almost forgot to lower my landing gear, but we got it there. Just bring it in nice and slowly. This landing gear is barely long enough, as you may notice. Slow down a little more. I keep a very steady, slow descent. Just gives me a little more control feeling. I don't feel a need to come in at high speed and then slow down all at once and hope I don't go too early or too late. So, easiest way for me, which is all I care about. Whether it's efficient or not, it's how I'm doing it. Which is also why I bring in that extra delta V. So, just keeping the engines very slow here. Low power, just trying to maintain that 2.5 meters per second or so as they come down. That's just like comfortable for landing speed for me. Usually, I probably should have tried to go a little lower than I did, but we managed. And we're almost down for touchdown, under 50 meters. 40, 30, 20 meters. And we have touchdown. And we got a little worried there as we about fell over, but luckily we managed. Yay, successful touchdown. Turn off our RCS and SAS. Make sure it doesn't do anything stupid on me. And now we're going to get a quick save in case something else goes wrong so we don't have to land it. Do all the signs over again. And now we're just going to gather some signs real quick here. Getting a whole bunch of signs. This was awesome. This helped me get a lot bigger rockets and stuff. I believe after this science I maxed out my heavy rocketry research line. You'll see that at the end. I show a little clip of me getting all the research and stuff. Mostly so in the next video you don't get a surprise in. So here I am trying to get my EVA equipment in my inventory and everything here. I don't end up doing anything. I go down to the ground or anything for this because I couldn't figure out how to do it. So now I'm looking at where I am in perspective to the Kerbal orbit. I'm realizing it, and also realizing now if I just burn straight out, it's retrograde and Kerbal orbit. So that is actually really easy. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Turning on SAS and RCS. And here we go. Just burn straight out for a little while. Checking my apoapsis. And there we go, bringing that periapsis down. Super easy return burn. Got my periapsis down about 530,000 meters. I want to keep it a little high just in case something went wrong. I didn't want it coming down too soon or I'd burn up in the atmosphere, which would be less than ideal, as you can imagine. And at this point, I'm just doing retro and prograde and burns. Well, retro, no prograde. And not bothering with a maneuver node because I can see my periapsis and apoapsis up in the game. So we're just gonna circularize this orbit here and then do a quick save. I probably do extra these, but then maybe not. And now I'm getting ready for my descent burn. There it goes. I aim for the center of the ocean because that's where I want to land. And as you can see, I have like 2,900 Delta V remaining. And I'm also realizing at this point that I could probably quite literally have just landed this like the Falcon 9 boosters. I have that much extra Delta V. So I actually take advantage of that. I aimed for the water anyways, which is probably fine. It's for the better. Safer that way. Getting that little extra last bit of science while in the atmosphere. And I had originally planned for this booster to have been gone right after my deorbit burn. But hey, kept it slow, didn't even need the heat shield at all. Deploy the chutes and nice careful landing. No fireworks this time. I've had other landings where I forgot like drogue chutes and things didn't go well. And hey, look, there's my booster right there. And that was a successful mission with 15, almost 1,600 science earned, which was awesome. And that is going to pretty much wrap up this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment any questions, recommendations, what you want to see in upcoming videos. I'm recorded pretty far out right now, but I will be reading and replying to your comments. I also have a Discord. Links will be in the description. Please join it. I chat a lot on there. I'm on there every day. You can talk to me whenever you want on there. I reply faster than I do to YouTube comments. So just glad, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and